All right. Yo, guys. Yeah, ne? It's only been 3 months, eh? Anyways, welcome to today's video, and as you guys can see, yeah. Anyways, let's get to it. So I'm gonna keep it short. What happened? Pretty much I was on this road where the accident happened. I turned to join the road. I'm gonna pause here for a bit. But right, in front of this truck, there's a traffic light. So that traffic light can close for over 3 minutes. If it goes orange, whoever's coming from the other side is gonna be speeding. Anyway, so that happened. I took a turn. Even if no one was speeding, honestly, I took a turn. I joined this road, and I put my foot down. Car is on Sport Plus. The road is wet. Nothing I haven't done before, but something was different this time around. So I put my foot down, right? And then as the tires are spinning, remember this car has an open diff. By the way, if you have a BMW with power and an open diff, just don't. If the road is not even, don't do it. In this case, I took a turn, I put my foot down, and just by somewhere over there, you see the road is damaged. It's not always been like this. I don't know what happened during the day. Anyways, I put my foot down, I get there. Now I hit a pothole. That's number one, right? In my head, I stopped accelerating. I don't know if the pedal was stuck to the ground, which is unlikely, or likely because I always take my shoes off when I get in the car. But I hit that pothole because it's an open diff. It's now cutting power on one tire. It's doing this on there. This guy's an ELSD. The ELSD is doing its thing, trying to stop one tire, trying to do one, two, three. There's me, the human, doing my thing. On top of that, I'm on Sport Plus. Traction control is also doing its thing. Anyways, combine all those forces in a car with 300 plus horsepower. This thing pretty much just started sliding. Next thing I know, I'm parked next to a wall in the middle of the road. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Like, I just got out there. I was like, what on earth just happened? But yeah, you live, you learn. Don't mess with open diff. So, anyways, here's where things get worse, right? I'm in this situation and now I'm thinking, I just changed my insurance. I don't know why these things always have a certain timing. Like, I just changed my insurance, right? The insurance on this car is a week old. I have not yet even gone for inspection. And when I call them, they tell me that they won't tow the car back to my house. My house is just by the corner, by the way. They have to tow it all the way to Bedville. But yeah, that's what happened. This was my first bill, by the way. 3.5 gone, just like that. But anyways, yeah. So another reason I decided to bring this car back home was I inspected the damage while I was there. The engine was fine, 100% fine. The mounts were fine, no leaks, nothing. The gearbox was fine. And then I checked the subframe, right? The subframe was also all right. Like, there was no structural damage on the car because I opened the bonnet and I saw like pretty much the frame is fine. As the only like structural damage I could see from the accident was the back part. But because this car did not have an undercover at the time, I could still see everything in the engine bay. So I made a decision right there and then that, you know what, I'm not going to go with the route of insurance. I'm going to take this car home. Now, why did I decide that? One of two reasons. Should I not be able to fix the car, the engine has been rebuilt, new eccentric shaft, new Vevtronic motor, the gearbox is completely fine, it's been recently serviced. Just from the engine and gearbox alone, I would be able to get like 80k. This is worst case scenario, by the way. And then if I mix and match all the other parts on the car, I was like, you know what? Worst case scenario, I can extract 150k from this car. But because there's no structural damage, no frame damage, I should be able to repair the car. So yeah, that's where we are today. I decided to repair the car. Anyways, let's evaluate everything that needs to be changed, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. All right, so that's the time. We need to get this back on the road as soon as possible. There's no damage mechanically. Car starts up and runs. No leaks, no oil, nothing. The goal now is to assess the damage. Now, I need a new bonnet. I'm gonna get the GTS one. I reached out to someone on Facebook. Hopefully they have it tomorrow. And same goes for the fenders. I got like hooded fenders. It's the same person. I need them to respond. For the front bumper, that is what I don't have yet. I'm trying to find an M Sport one, but they are all very expensive this side. So I think I'm gonna go with the M2 bumper. We'll talk about that just now. This side is not damaged at all. So for the rear, this is where the car hit the wall. I've already found a new bonnet, and I've already found the lights for here. So I've already found the lights. This is not damaged. The light for here is the one that was broken from there, also just fell off. But I think I picked it up. It's somewhere else. I hope I picked it up actually. But yeah, this side is fine. We have a new bonnet, and I got an M Sport bumper for 1.2 grand. It doesn't have the trim, but that's fine for now. So we did get that. This is still sitting fine, so there's no damage to just the structure of the car. The problem is going to be here. I can't pass through. Let's turn over. Alright, so on this side, this is frame damage. It's going to be expensive to repair, so we will deal with this last. I did find the lights already, and yeah, this is body damage. There's also damage here by the door, but these are small things. These are small things. And the rim, which is this one, is cracked. I decided to get 19-inch 437M rims. I did get them on Facebook, but they decided to paint them silver. I don't know why, but yeah, I will go pick them up tomorrow as well. I will need the 19-inch tires all round, so that's the problem. But other than that, everything else is fine. Yeah, we need to deal with this, but this is going to be for last. I'm going to save that for last. Now, where the actual damage is, it's here. I need new lights. So this light is fine, no damage to this one, but this one is completely gone, was shattered completely. The frame doesn't look damaged. This looks completely fine. This seems like it took some damage here. I'm just not worried that it didn't change, it didn't damage the chassis of the car. But considering that there was no damage to the engine or anything else, like it didn't move, I think the chassis will be fine. We will have it checked later though. Initially, I thought this tire was bent. If you look at it, it looks bent, but that's just the tire that got off. When I stand from here, it's completely straight. So yes, I'm happy. This was one of the things I was worried the most about, but it's not bent. The rim is sitting nice and straight. Now for the actual damage, which is here. So the tower is fine, and when I look at this, the shock mount looks fine. I'm saying looks right. And then we look at the tire. Why is the tire sitting like this? I think this is what caused the accident. If you look in there, the control arm is shattered, like it's broken. If you guys remember, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, that on the old video there was a sound that I kept hearing, but I could not tell where it's coming from. I think it was the control arm, and I think that's what snapped and then just threw me off. But when we look here, the control arm snapped, the cable seemed fine, and then we also have the one from this guy. the one from the steering column. It's a tie rod end. I've been trying to remember that name. So the tie rod end is also broken. And then when I check, other than that, there is no other damage at all. The subframe is fully intact. I'm glad that those are the things that broke instead of ripping the subframe up. When the Micra got into an accident, the control arms are the big major ones, so they just ripped the subframe, so I had to buy a new subframe. For this one, it looks like the subframe was not damaged, and majority of the damage was this. So the shock is sitting in a full angle, as you can see, and that is why, pretty much is because they pulled it from here when they towed the car. It looks like that is all the damage. So to kind of like list it down, I need a new bumper, I need new fenders, I need a new bonnet. I need a new bonnet, and then I need a new boot, new rear bumper, and then rear lights as well. These two, honestly, I'm gonna deal with this last. I mean, I can drive the car with it like that for at least a bit. I need new rims. Only one rim was really damaged, but I'm just gonna replace all four with 19-inch. And then I need the tie rod end, and then I need the control arm. The doors, everything else is fine. But yeah, seems like that is the damage. So tonight, I need to speed things through. It's 10. I'm actually gonna remove, it's raining, but I'm gonna remove the front, get everything out, and see if I can remove the fenders. And then tomorrow I'm gonna hire a truck, and then I go collect the parts, and then we put it back. What is gonna be a problem for me is I need to buy all new 4 tires now. But yeah, airbags did not deploy. I'm actually concerned because I think that the light shattered. Yeah, this car's airbags did not deploy. Happy they did not, but the question is why didn't they deploy? But yeah, today is where is it? So bright. Anyway, today the 23rd. Let's see how long it's gonna take to fix this cab and get it back on the road.